Me, 27F, with my BF, 28M, of 7 years. I don't know what I did wrong. I guess I'm still in shock. I should have dealt with this yesterday, but I just sat and cried all day, in the bathroom, instead. I've always had trouble trusting people. My family is not full of the best people, and as a result, I had a hard time trusting people. I try to be nice and a good person, but I'm one of those people who will help someone, but then be terrified to ever ask for any help back. I met my best friend in high school, 27F, too. She helped me out a few times with my family problems, letting me stay at her place and such, and I've been loyal to her since. I've let her stay at my place, helped her pay off debts, find a job, listened to all her problems, helped her move away from her harmful ex, all those types of things. She'd always welcome in my home and I considered her a sister. I met my boyfriend in university. He was my first everything, and he went way out of his way to make sure I trusted him. I love and appreciate him for this in ways I can't describe. I have always done everything I could think of to make him happy, from just telling him that I love and appreciate him daily, to back massages, to gifts, to paying for things, to trying whatever he wanted in bed. People saw us together and would say how sickeningly cute we are, and it wasn't any different when we were alone. I really thought I was a good girlfriend, he told me, looking me right in the eyes, that no one made him feel as loved and appreciated as I do. He told me this a month or so ago. 6 months or so ago, he said he was going to propose to me soon. I've never pressured him for it, I never imagined being lucky enough to be married. I was ecstatic at the idea of it, but he said he was going to be using his phone to set things up, so I couldn't check it for a long time, because I'd ruin the surprise. He and I have had an open phone/email/etc. policy since day one, even before he ever knew about my trust issues. We just aren't very private people, and these days, since we share all out friends, a text to one of us is usually a text to both of us. He looks at my phone when I'm too busy to, and I usually look at his to read his messages to him when he's busy. It's just how we are. But, I agreed not to look to not ruin any surprises, so I haven't looked at his phone in months. Yesterday, we threw a little dinner party for our friends. We recently moved to a new place with windy roads, so I was afraid of people getting lost on their way there. My boyfriend said to make sure to answer any calls while he showered, in case they were lost. I got such a call, I helped, but when I ended the call, there were messages opened with my best friend. I didn't want to look, but it's hard not to have your eyes jump to a word like duck instantly. I don't want to repeat anything, but it generally was a message explaining how she couldn't wait to sneak off during this dinner party to have romance with him once again. There were a lot of mention of what she'd enjoyed the last time, with messages from my BF agreeing. I just went numb. I scrolled up, and these messages went on for months. Essentially, to when he'd said he was going to propose to me. He hadn't been acting differently. I hadn't, either. My best friend has been talking to me exactly the same as always. I just don't understand. I can't understand. They know how destroyed I would be by this. They know how devastating cheating is to me. My boyfriend knows I'd always rather break up amicably with me than cheat, even if it meant breaking up with me 5 seconds before he had romance with someone else. I love these people more than anything. I can't understand what I did to have them feel I deserve this. I don't understand why he couldn't break up with me and maybe date behind my back then, when he no longer owes me anything, if he was afraid of ruining my relationship with her. I didn't know what to do. I just put the phone back and sort of numbly went through the dinner. My best friend and boyfriend went to get asparagus in the middle of it, which my boyfriend had conveniently forgotten to get that morning, and the first store they went to had conveniently been closed, so it had taken almost an hour. I excused myself to cry in the bathroom for a little while, and when I came out, no one had noticed. I think my friends had a lovely time, even though I was out of it. That night, he hugged me close and whispered about how much he loves me and couldn't wait to marry me. How proud he was at the party I set up, how he wanted more of them with a life with me. I'm at a friend's now, she doesn't know what's wrong. I told her I feel sick, and she's been trying to get me to just relax. I feel too ill to go to work, which I know is a pathetic excuse. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what I did. I want to ask them, but I don't think I could handle a conversation in a productive or mature manner. My boyfriend and I share everything, but I don't want anything. I want my self-respect back. I want my self-worth back. I want my trust in people back. I don't know. Maybe I didn't deserve them in the first place. I just don't know what to do. Too long, didn't read. My boyfriend told me he was going to propose to me. Turns out, he's been having romance with my best friend, instead. I don't understand what I did wrong. Edit, thank you everyone, for your kind words. And some of your less kind, but indefensive of me words. It's good to be reminded that people are generally more kind than this. I think that's what I need most right now. Smile. My landlord has a reputation for being unforgiving with leases, but I'm going to go over everything with a lawyer and see what I can do. In the meantime, my work doesn't have a concrete schedule, so I'm going to be spending my nights working, and the morning, when my boyfriend is gone, home sleeping and packing my things. I am going to try and hang out with some of my friends more to avoid being home, but I do not want to involve them in my problems, so I will avoid talking to them about it. I am hoping a lawyer will help me find a way out of the apartment. If not, I think everyone's right about me not staying. Even if I need to continue paying rent, I will try to find the cheapest place possible, and make what I can of it, even if I have to room with a family of 10 for 3 more months. I don't think I am going to confront him or her. I would rather just fade out of their lives. I may leave a letter to my boyfriend explaining everything when I do go. But I don't even want to do that, honestly. I just don't want to see or hear from either of them again. I want to forget about them and convince myself that some people are worth trusting, and it was only those two, and not me, who made the mistake. Again, thank you everyone for your support through this. You've helped me keep a level head and think through things.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
Nothing. He probably did more things wrong, but one thing stands out, and that's the part where he ducked your best friend. Get them both out of your life, go no contact and never look back. They're both butthole who don't deserve you in their life. You're way too good for them. He didn't cheat on you because you did anything wrong. Cheaters cheat out of selfishness. Your feelings never entered into the equation for him. It was as simple as whether he thought he could get away with it or not. Don't let him get away with it. Cut him out of your life. Your best friend needs to go too. P.S. Don't be surprised if they end up dating for a while, only see it end when your best friend finds out he's cheated on her too. I, 32M, caught my wife, 29F, cheating. We have been happily married for 2 years, and were together for 5 years before that. I found an open chat screen on her computer while cleaning the house that was suspicious, and despite knowing it was wrong, I scrolled up. I found a disturbing conversation with a co-worker, that included a battle of who loved each other more, longing for cuddles with each other, and talk that was romantic in nature. I confronted her about this and she admitted to all of it with very little emotion and very calmly. I assume it was on her screen because she was reminiscing, as this happened a long time ago, and the timestamps proved that when she showed me afterwards, she was hanging out with this co-worker of hers who she fell for hard. They would make out after going to the bar on Fridays, and they exchanged pictures, but she swears that is as far as it went physically/romantically. The worst part is that this happened for over a year, and only stopped because the wife of the other man caught them and gave him an ultimatum. She admitted that if they didn't get caught they wouldn't have stopped, but she will not get off the fact that she didn't have romance, as if that's all that mattered. To make it even worse, the time frame puts her doing this to me both before and after our wedding day. Which means when she stood in front of me and read her vows, and said I do, and everything else, that she was seeing this guy on the side. She said she has done a lot of rebuilding since then, and that she has been trying to improve the relationship from her side. We were about to buy a home and everything. She desperately wants to keep this going. She still loves me and she set up counseling, which I agreed to because I signed up for a marriage and I will put in maximum effort to try to keep it together. But alas, I am checked out. The first session is in an hour and I don't know what to expect. I don't want to continue this and I have too much empathy to not think of the last 7 years of good times, even though many of them are tainted. I am struggling to think of myself and what is best for me. Reddit help. Too long, didn't read, wife cheated, before and after wedding for 1 year, what do I do? You've been married for 1 year and she only stopped because she got caught. She doesn't even sound remorseful about the pain she caused you and the lies and betrayal. She again sounds sorry she got caught. I hope the therapy session is helpful. I'm afraid I can't think of any helpful advice. Unless she takes responsibility for herself and her actions, there's nothing to stop it happening again. I couldn't deal with that. Your entire relationship, the woman you love has been lying to your face. The reason you have checked out is because you don't actually believe she loves you, and even though she says she does, if she is a good enough liar to hide her infidelity this whole time, she's a good enough liar to make you believe she does actually love you. I know this forum usually jumps straight to divorce, but I think this time, that advice is warranted. They definitely had romance. Since you don't have a house or kids, then it should be pretty straightforward to separate. Find someone loyal to spend your life with and consider this a bullet dodged.